this morning. I'm going to be making a craft with you today. And I miss you and I wish we could be doing this together, but we'll be doing it soon. So we are going to make a magnet. So let me bring it up closer so you could see it. I'm not sure if you can. It's a tiger with a crown on it. Kind of like a king, like a tiger king. And it has a magnet on the back. This is the top of a can. But we are going to do the same thing except with paper. Cardboard. Like from, I'm going to try to get a little bit closer. Like from a cereal box. Okay, so, and I can show that to you again, or I'll show you at the end what it looks like. You're going to need some paintbrushes, one with a thin, kind of thick bristle, and one with just an old paintbrush. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Some paper, different colored paper if you want, that you're going to cover your cereal box with, so it'll have a pretty background. You're going to want to cut out your little picture of what it's going to be. This one is from Tony the Tiger cereal, the little tiny cereals. And I already found some paper that I cut out a little crown. Okay, I'm just going to put my hair back a little bit. And we're going to need scissors. And some glitter, any kind of glitter. Oh, and I found one of your cars. I think it's a pickup truck, like a fancy pickup truck. It's pretty cool. Okay, and that's another craft I'll show you in a little bit. You're also going to need some Mod Podge. So Mod Podge is really good because it makes everything stick. So I take old little applesauce containers or yogurt containers. I put one with water. That's a little murky because I've already used it. And this is the Mod Podge. So I put it in one of these because I'm going to go back and forth. So I'm going to put my glasses on. So with your paper that you're going to cover your cardboard, you're just going to go around it with your scissors and just do tiny little snips with the scissors, very tiny small ones. And you'll see what we're going to do with that. So I chose this one, this colorful one, because it has a lot of orange in it to match the tiger. There. Okay, so you could see you can push them down because you'll put it on top and then you'll be easier to wrap these around that piece of cardboard. But first we're going to put some Mod Podge on it. So this is going to be my little workspace here, and I use parchment paper, and this is old parchment paper. You could use it a lot of times, and when you crumple it up, you'll see how that's going to help to let it dry. Okay, so I'm going to take my bigger paintbrush first, and I'm going to dip it into my Mod Podge, and I'm going to get it wet at the same time. And you can be kind of messy here, okay? So don't worry, and it washes off. Okay? And actually, I'm going to cover the part, because on the back, that's fine too. If it gets on the back, because we need to cover kind of the whole thing. And your fingers are going to get messy and all that kind of stuff. Then I'm going to set it on this parchment paper so it won't stick to it, and I can pick it up really easy. So now I'm going to paint the back of it, and I want to make sure I get in all those little places that I snipped. Okay, so now so I have the good part on the back, and I'm going to cover it, and you can see how I take those little edges, and then if your hands get sticky, just dip them in the water. A little bit of Mod Podge and the water. And then you just fold those down. Try to get some more of that Mod Podge glue. The more the better. Okay? Lots of Mod Podge. It really, really works. Good. Got to get my other hand with some more Mod Podge. You can use both hands to try to get them both down. And sometimes it takes a little bit, but once you get it down there, then you can get some more of that Mod Podge. Spread it around on your fingers, and then you can really push that back. And then it's covered now. See? So then I'm going to use my parchment paper here, and got my tiger. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put Mod Podge all over not only the front of the tiger, but the back of the tiger, because I really want the back of the tiger to have more glue so that the tiger will fit nicely right over that paper. Okay? There. Keep getting your fingers wet if you need to, so it doesn't pull the paper off. Okay. Now, let's make his crown. I'm going to get a little bit more of my Mod Podge here, and you just pour it in. Only need a little bit, and then I can cover it. So now I'm going to take the crown, which I already cut out, and I made some little I folded it, but you don't have to, so that I can make it so it sticks out. You'll see. So now I'm going to take my crown, and when this dries, it dries really great, almost like it's plastic, sort of. So it'll last a long time. So I want to make sure I get it really good in those areas where I make it arch, so I can put it on his head. See? Okay. Now I'm just going to set this aside for a second. I'm just going to get my fingers kind of wet here, and I forgot to bring over some paper towels, but that's okay. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to make his crown shiny. So my fingers are wet, so it's not going to stick. And I'm going to take some glitter and put it all over his crown, so he has a really shiny, sparkly crown. Okay? Now, we have to have a magnet to put on the back. So I happen to have one right here. Now this is, I don't know if you could see it or not, but this is a bottle cap. So you can do the same thing with a bottle cap if you want to. Little tiny art that you can put inside of a bottle cap. And you can put a pin back on it or another magnet, and then you'll have bottle cap magnets, and those are fun. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some more of that glue, and I'm going to put a bunch of it on that magnet, and then I'm just going to put it right on the back. And I'm going to turn it so I can just set it right there. So that it will dry. And I like to crumple the paper up so all the airflow gets through. And that's it. So that was pretty easy. So now I'm going to show you another thing really quick since we might have a little bit of time. Excuse me. I'm going to blow this balloon up just a little bit. Whoa! Okay, it popped. It's an old balloon. That'll be our next one. And I'll show you how to make some paper mache with a balloon, and you let it sit all night long, and you put strips of paper on it, and then you have like a really cool bowl, or you can make all kinds of things, and lamps, and things like that. But anyway, that is our tiger. That's a king magnet. Yay! And you could put it on the fridge, but you can make yours anything you want. You could cut out pictures of yourself. You could cut out pictures of mommy and daddy. You could find cool pictures in magazines. Okay, I love you and I miss you, and I look forward to doing some fun crafts with you in person. Okay? I can't wait to hug you and kiss you. I love you. Mwah.